Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. How are you doing this weekend? I hope you're having near as beautiful weather as I am. It's sunny blue skies here. Just got my son this morning. Finished a smoothie a few minutes ago and thought it would be a good time to do a video. Got some people coming through town this afternoon, and hopefully we're supposed to do a little impromptu kind of fruit luck meet up, get together and eat some fruit on the beach this afternoon, so that should be fun. Anyhow, we're going to talk about snacking after dinner today. I've heard this topic addressed a couple of times lately, and I've heard it talked about, like people talking about like that being kind of their kryptonite, or that's where their problem is. Maybe they do well all day, and then you get to the evening, and boom, it all goes to hell. And I got to think that a good bit of that is probably it's not real hunger. I mean, it's definitely not real hunger. Because you've probably eaten, unless you just have totally not eaten anything throughout the day, which is going to lead to the first thing I'm going to talk about first, about snacking in the evening. Now, before I, like I say, I'm not going to jump around. I'll talk about the next part next, some possible healthy snacks in the evening. But I'm going to talk about what wanting snacks in the evening means, I think, in my opinion anyway, and just a different way of looking at this, and something that you just might take into account if you're experiencing that a good bit. One, I think I talked about this in a video the other day. It may have been in one of the What I Eat Today videos, but either way, it's within the last 3 or 4 videos, and I talked about how I just don't get those, about how some of the things have fallen away. Like every once in a while, I used to allow myself to sit and eat a bag of nuts, maybe on a Saturday night. And I'm not saying even back then I would do it very often. This might happen once a month. And I would sit and eat, whatever nut I had bought, I would sit and eat a good bit of it, a good bit more than what I would normally eat. And I used to enjoy this. But that just kind of disappeared, and I don't remember when. It's not like one day it just went away. I think it's been part of my process and part of the way that my eating has evolved, and part of the things I've learned that has evolved my eating. The reason in those last 2 videos, maybe you noticed that, maybe you didn't, is I tried to give the times that I was eating everything that I was showing you that I was eating, because I was making the point, I get about 2/3 of my calories in by midday. So by about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I shoot for 3,000 calories. A good bit of the time, I've got about 2,000 calories already by noon or 1 o'clock. So, and like I say, I can only kind of go from my personal experience. It could be different for other people, but I found that as I started kind of building up my calories earlier, and I'm not hungry, I don't give myself that chance to get really, really hungry throughout the day. So I get I get about 2/3 of my calories, or 2,000 calories in by 12 or 1 o'clock. A lot of times it even prevents that afternoon snacking. Now, I try to eat something in the afternoon, depending on whether I'm working out, whether I'm going to yoga, or what my schedule is. But if I don't have time, or if it doesn't fit in because I don't like to eat for a couple of hours before yoga, I can totally make it from that last food at 12 o'clock until I eat dinner. Even if I eat a later dinner, I can make it that stretch from 12 to 5. For some people, you may not need to go that long of stretches without food, but the point being, and I'm going to get to how that translates to the evenings, when you get a good bit of, when you're not running on a deficit all the time. When you're running on a deficit all the time, you're going to have the cravings. Your body's going to want you to eat stuff when it's not necessarily time for you to eat stuff, or in times where you haven't planned to eat. Now let's get on over to the evening. Okay, if I've gotten about 2/3 or 2,000 calories of what I'm going to eat in by 12 or 1 o'clock, then I finish that off. And as I told you yesterday, I usually eat a pretty early dinner. So let's just say for an average for dinner, sometimes I eat 4 or 4:30, sometimes it's 6 or so, but I'd say 5 o'clock is a good average for dinner. And then, normally if I've gotten those 2,000 calories by noon, normally I get something in the afternoon. And, by going into dinner, I'm probably up to 2,400 calories, 2,500 or so. Even if not, I'm knocking back, if I don't eat between 12 o'clock and dinner, okay, sometimes I don't get quite right up to 3,000 calories. Maybe I get 2,700 of calories. But I've kept myself full throughout the day. And if I found when I started consistently keeping myself full and satiated throughout the day, and that means too, like, the greens and the smoothies during the day, dense, a lot of fruit, the greens and the smoothies, having a good satiating dinner, savory dinner at night. I just felt I kind of less and less and less and less. I used to have those cravings at night. Not cravings. I don't want to say cravings because it was just I wanted something. I didn't crave something bad. I think of cravings as bad, but I just wanted something. Didn't hold myself back on that because my thinking was like, well, I'm eating good, so don't restrict, don't deny. I didn't really. I don't like to eat heavy at night. Every once in a while, and I've shared it a few times, and the strict ones, like, the real religious hardcore of our people, they'll tell me, well, you shouldn't be having all that late at night. Well, I pretty much know that, but I don't do rules. You know what? I like from time to time. If I was trying to do that every single night, it would be a problem. If I was having a big 7 banana smoothie later at night, yeah, that would be a problem. If I was eating 10 banana and ice cream later at night on a regular basis, that would be a problem. But every once in a while, I don't, I'm not too concerned about it. But like I say, what I found was, and what I kind of take from this as I got my eating down and as I have kind of evolved and progressed on the way I eat, I just found less of it happening at night. I just, very, very seldom, every once in a while. And a lot of times then, I realize, I know in my head that I'm not hungry, that it's just like, okay, I'm going to watch, it's Saturday night or it's Friday night, and I'm going to watch a movie tonight, and I don't know, I've deemed it a special occasion, and I want to eat a little bit of something. And I do, which takes us to the, well, to finish off, basically what I'm summing up there is if you are eating, keeping yourself properly satiated throughout the day, is getting plenty of fruit, plenty of greens, getting yourself a good dinner in at night, and you're doing this consistently day after day, drinking water, staying hydrated, you're not going to get these bad cravings for eating after dinner. Now, if you're going to eat after dinner, not necessarily a bad thing. Just be prepared. If sweets are your thing, But I would say this, and like I say, this is just my opinion here, throwing it in. I would say no matter what you do, once you've had dinner, try not to eat something heavy at night. Try to let that dinner finish the day for you. Think of snacks at night that are minimal damage. I made one about 2 weeks ago that to me is perfect. I'm going to make some more. They were just like the perfect thing. I just took some zucchini and I sliced them, and I sprinkled just a light thing of cayenne on there and some nutritional yeast. Perfect. There's basically, those are just like kind of air, really. So you could sit around, theoretically, you could sit around and eat that all day long. I don't think you could overeat on that. So that's something nice. That could be comparable to your salty at night thing, like whether you're eating popcorn or things like that, but that really works. So, if you've got a dehydrator, give the zucchini chips a try, or any other kind of vegetable that you can make a chip like that. Dry yourself some bananas, dry some fruit. Don't eat too much dehydrated at night because you don't want to, dry yourself out before you go to bed. I like to be hydrated when I go to bed. Something about being hydrated through the evening, even though you're not active, But yeah, just keep thinking, if you're going to snack after dinner, if you're still at a place, don't necessarily try to fight yourself if you're not there yet and try to stop yourself and say, no, I will not snack after dinner. Anytime something we really want or it's calling to us, maybe you're not ready. If you really have to try to stop snacking after dinner, maybe you shouldn't try to stop snacking after dinner. Maybe you should, like I say, just keep some light, healthy choices around at night. The chips, the light vegetable chips. You could have a few bananas at night. You could have that sweet treat, maybe a few dates at night. But just keep your plan around. It's always like I talk about having a plan. You have to have a healthy alternative at night. In other words, don't trust yourself that you're going to have that willpower that you keep telling yourself you're going to have and you want to have. Don't leave it to your willpower. Maybe if you get the willpower, good, but have those healthy alternatives around and go to them. Don't just hold off until your brain finally tricks you into eating something, you know, that's not good that time of night or that does not serve you. Just, you know, snack on the good stuff. But yeah, just to finish up real quick, it's kind of an indication. If you're having, like, okay, I'll finish with this. If you're constantly feeling like you need to snack after dinner, you're not taking it, you're not satisfying your body during the day. You need to look into getting more food into your body during the day. But if your body's still crying out for a little bit of snacking after dinner, just make sure that you keep something healthy around the house. None of this stuff is complicated. It doesn't take, you know, different it's all little hacks. It's all little tricks. It's all little just simple stuff that's not sexy, just around the house, like things with me and other hacks in life are just taking notes all the time. I got little Post-its all over the house. So do whatever you have to do to make this lifestyle work. Some of these weekend talks, they're just kind of on no subject in particular, because it's like you figure out how to make it work for you. That's all I've done. That's all I've done. I haven't done anything special. But anyhow, hope you guys like this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Love you guys. Peace.